I had a thought pattern that developed it developed at an early age, something like 15 years old. And what I'd experienced was I'd been through about 3 significant things that ended up just going drastically wrong. One of them was skiing. On my second skiing holiday at the age of 15, on the very first day, I dislocated my kneecap and lost the whole holiday. Something else happened, can't remember what it was, but I know there was at least 3 things. What it did, it set up a thought pattern in my, or I set up a thought pattern in my mind, and it went like this. Do you know what? I'm not really going to try anymore because it's going to get robbed from me anyway. Now think about this. If I said, think of a Volkswagen Beetle, what would you see that day? Yeah, it's like you see them everywhere, isn't it? And that's how it works. So my thought pattern, which was quite set in stone in my mind, I'm not going to try really, it's going to get robbed from me anyway. It sort of manifested in my life. Now, I would suggest there wasn't any real evidence for that, but it's what I was seeing. Oh, look, that's gone wrong. My van's just had its 6th repair, and I know that I'm cured from my old mindset because I go, well, do you know what? By the time it's had all its parts replaced, it'll probably last forever and it'll be like a new van. You know, so it's positive, isn't it? Turning it into the positive. Which brings me quite nicely onto the mind traps and the model railway. The model railway that goes round and round and round. And that's like that mindset becomes the trap. So it's going round in a circle. See, something else has gone wrong. That confirms, doesn't it? Always gets robbed from me. And round it goes. But what does the train track need? It needs a set of points. And the set of points stops the train going round and round and round in that same mindset, going round and round and round, and takes it on a different journey. And it can be something really simple. It could be somebody coming up to me and saying, hang on a minute, Phil, is there any real evidence that things get robbed from you in your life? Making me, do you know what? I've never really thought of it like that. And as soon as that happens, ding, set of points opens. I'm now going down a different track because I'm now going on the journey of discovering why there's actually no real evidence for my negative mindset. Now, if I was doing this in a big, large group, I might get our audience participation and get them to act out the train track going round. Somebody else would come up and tap somebody, Is there any real evidence for that? But we won't do that today. But what I am going to do is talk about skiing. And it's an interesting point. A skier, when they start to ski for the first time, there is a psychological barrier that they've got to overcome. Any ideas what that might be? Well, it's more of a psychological barrier. So imagine like I once put a diving mask on and I'd never put my face underwater before and breathed. And my mind was saying, don't put your face underwater, don't put your nose and your mouth underwater. There was a psychological barrier to get over. I had to trust the mask, trust the oxygen. Now with skiing, the psychological barrier is, right, you've got this mountain and this slope like this going away from you. And what does the instructor say? Lean forward in your boots. Hang on. That's going down there. You see what I mean? The body language is telling you, fear. Right, back away. But no, once we've overcome that psychological barrier, I'm in my skis, I lean right forwards, bending my knees, whoosh, down I go. And what happens? Suddenly I've got full control. Obstacles. Look, a tree. Because I'm leaning forwards, it's so easy to just move slightly, and it doesn't take a lot. I can ski sideways, ski, to the right and the left. I can even stop. If the moment I lean back, I've lost all control. So the moral of the story is, in life, we need to embrace the mountain of life. And we need to lean into it so that we've got the control to steer around those obstacles that come in our lives. Now, what about this one? Water skiing. It's the complete opposite. The instructor, right, yes, okay then, Tom, yes, I'll be driving the speedboat. You hang on to the rope. Oh, and by the way, just lean back. Oh, hang on a minute. Yeah, what's all this about? Well, apparently, if you lean forward when you're skiing, water skiing, the first thing that's going to happen is your ski goes straight into the water, and the force of it, whoosh, wipe out straight away. But what does it mean? The rope and the speedboat and the rope represents family, friends, therapists that might come into our lives to help us. And we need to lean back and trust the process that how they're helping us is going to work. Really interesting one. So two different analogies, complete opposites, but with a great outcome.